Today's property SOS has been a long time in the making.
I'm at a place where we do need to get it resolved.
And expectations are high.
With film magic, I'm sure wonders can be done.
For both of us.
They want it to be an office, a bedroom and cinema room.
So while I met with fierce resistance on the road,
All I'd ask from you, Addy, is just an open mind. She's shaking her head.
I'm banging my head against a brick wall at home.
How solid does it feel? Phil, are you knocking?
one of us will need to perform a miracle
It is beautiful.
to seal the deal.
Thank you.
What are you doing that for?
And resolve this debate once and for all.
Are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
Today, we're in Hertfordshire.
In the town of Stevenage.
I'm ashamed to say I know almost nothing about Stevenage.
Do you want me to fill you in?
Well, have you got any Phil's fun facts? No one born in Stevenage?
Yes.
Who is from
He's a good
Stevenage?
driver.
I know who. His name is on the tip of my tongue. In fact, I once saw him on a plane.
Can I give a clue?
No, I know his name. Oh, I can give you all the information, but no, come on, I can do it. Lewis Hamilton.
Well done! Come on!
I might not be as quick as Lewis Hamilton, but I always get there in the end.
Today's couple at Love It or List It loggerheads are Addy and Stephen.
I am so excited to have Kirstie on my side, you know, Team Love It, to convince Stephen to stay put.
I don't know what magic Kirstie can perform to convince me, or shall I say, a miracle.
Stephen and Addy live in this 3-bedroom new build with their 2 children.
I love this house because of its location. We have built a network of friends. That's not something you build overnight.
I want to list it because we've outgrown the house. The house is lacking space.
The space that Stephen is talking about, we've got that space. We just need to be very creative with it.
The couple have been knocking the issue back and forth for 3 long years.
Well, that's totally out. We have been having this debate for so long, and I'm at a place where we do need to get it resolved.
Risk officer Addy and support worker Stephen bought the house off plan 10 years ago, just after the birth of their son Nathaniel.
Since then, they've welcomed daughter Jane too.
And I'll prefer a bigger garden, at least for the kids to run around and play football if they want to, or tennis if they want to either.
It's not just outside where Stephen wants more space. Inside, they need more bedrooms for grandparents visiting from Nigeria.
In a year, I could say around 5 to 6 months, we do have family coming over. And what that means for Jane is having to move or share her brother's room.
Since the kids were born, their grandparents have been visiting for around 3 months at a time.
That's another reason to leave. You see?
Classic.
So with that, we don't have to bother. She's got a room already, and we've got a guest room.
I like Stephen's style, never missing a chance to big up Team Listed.
The layout of the house isn't working for this family of 4, not least as a multi-generational home for half the year. Downstairs there's a kitchen diner, lounge and WC, and up top the family bathroom and 3 double bedrooms with the ensuite. The lack of space inside and out is a big issue for Stephen, but his bête noire is the ensuite and its lack of ventilation.
The ensuite in our bedroom, there's no window there. Can't have my bath there. I've never had my bath there ever since we moved in here, not once. So what I did was to just convert it to a walk-in wardrobe.
That's a new one on me.
Addy occasionally worked from home during lockdown and continues to do so. To give her additional space, the couple spruced up the garage as a study.
We've got the garage space, but it doesn't work for me all the time.
Yes, as children will do, they've taken over and made it their playroom.
So I end up going to the kitchen definitely something has to change there.
That's the more reason why I said if we went looking for somewhere whereby obviously, you know, everything is done.
We just have to be creative, my love. It's possible here as well.
Yeah, it's just...
3 years of indecision over whether to renovate or relocate needs to come to an end. Time to sort it out.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Very
I'm
nice
Phil.
to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Please.
Who wants to love and who wants to list?
I want to love it.
And I want to list it.
Addy, what is it about the house that you love?
The location, the schools, the gym, the shops. I also love the fact that we have large rooms in the house. I also see a lot of potential in the house. It's like a blank canvas, and I just have to put my stamp on it, which I have been yearning to do for the past 9 years, to be fair. There's just so many things that I see here, and maybe that's the problem that I've been having with Steven, is because it feels like today I tell him, oh, wait, you know what? The deck in there, we could create a shed there, or we could move the washing machine to the toilet downstairs. And he's like, okay. And then tomorrow I could change my mind and say, we could create it here because I see potential in the house.
We do discuss about having a utility, which we don't have here.
Yes, but we could create it.
So where would you create it? That's a problem.
In the downstairs toilet, it's very big. You could have a shower room
So
there.
you're coming with lots of different ideas, but actually you need a plan with Kirstie.
Yes.
This is...
Which is why,
Yeah.
you know, I'm confident it could sway you.
And Stephen, why don't you think that it works or could be made to work?
I think we need to list it because we need a bigger place. And I think we need a bigger garden as well. My main concern is the master bedroom, the ensuite. There's no window there. So ever since we've been here, I've never used that toilet.
So you've got one family bathroom and one ensuite, and you've never used the ensuite because it doesn't have a window?
Never.
Is there anything you think we haven't talked about?
Storage, storage, storage.
New houses, new houses, new houses.
Yeah, that is a big problem.
You don't see it when you look around a show home. You don't see it. You just see the show home, and you don't think. I mean, if I could have a T-shirt which said, "Where are you going to put your ironing board?"
Exactly.
My dream job is to work with house builders on clever storage solutions.
Wow.
We need to have a look around.
Okay.
Kirstie's idea of a dream job leaves a lot to be desired.
As does the layout of this house. It's a perfectly decent size, just not for a growing family and visiting relatives.
For 6 months of the year, parents are here. That's a lot. I can see how they make it work.
Yes.
But it's not really sustainable.
No, it's not sustainable.
It's not just about the lack of bedrooms. The ones they have already aren't working well enough.
Large bedroom with ensuite, but that has a wall. You could have a window. Oh, I think that's the worst designed ensuite I've ever seen.
Adding a window's a relatively easy fix, but then where do Stephen's clothes go? This home, like many modern homes, is a storage disaster zone.
I have a healthy £45,000 budget to make this house work for 3 generations. But I'm starting to think that can be done without building upwards or outwards.
What's that room? Oh, that's
That's the downstairs loo, which is actually enormous. So, back of this cupboard, Phil, now this space could be
That
utilised.
whole space.
Yeah. This is actually a discovery. You could get a washing machine, a tumble dryer, a sink, a shower and a loo in this space. This is the key to this house.
Solved it already.
She's at the top of her game today.
Not just today, Phil, every day. My creative mojo is flowing nicely, thank you, unlike this kitchen.
The focus really has to be, like, find a place to put the fridge so that this can be a more generous family space.
Yes.
So...
No, and with grandparents visiting as much as they do, I bet that's used a lot. Yeah. Find a different place for the fridge and you're done.
No, there's other things that need doing.
This home is falling short in so many areas and my to-do list is getting longer.
They talked about the garage a lot. Let's kind of look at that.
I'm going to stay here, knock on the wall in the garage.
Of course, your ladyship. 3 bags full, your ladyship.
Phil, are you knocking?
No, not yet.
How solid does it feel?
Can you hear it?
I can. Feels pretty solid, though.
As solid as my chances of a listed victory. There's decent space here, but it's already housing a study, a playroom and a general dumping ground. They even keep a chest freezer in here.
This area looks to me like a not properly utilised space.
It's doing a reasonable job now, but it could do a better job.
Yeah. There's all sorts that can be achieved in this space.
You're figuring it out already. I love it when the cogs are turning.
I also love it when I get a massive listed budget. I have a whopping £800,000 to play with.
But if they spend that, moving and legal expenses plus stamp duty will set them back just over £35,000. Money that is much better spent here. A guest bedroom has to be the priority. But will that really be enough to make this a forever family home? I'm not convinced.
So, you figured it all out?
There's all sorts of tweaks that can be done to this house.
But I can't get away for 6 months of the year. They've got visiting relatives.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people in a house that's not built for it.
What's that thing you always say? Lots to think about. You always say lots to think about.
Lots to think about. Always lots to think about. What would it take, Addie, for you to come over to Team Listed? What would I need to show you?
Definitely an utility room.
How many bedrooms?
4 at the minimum.
Bathroom is obviously quite an issue here.
Obviously, ensuite with a window, big enough space within the house and outside the house.
Yeah.
You know, well, I used to say to my wife, big enough to host a tennis court, but just kidding. If it's big enough to host a tennis court and with affordable price, why not? I'll go for it.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Leave it with me.
Clever, that, for Spencer.
Yes.
They certainly want a lot if they were to move, but I've got the money to pull it off. How are you feeling?
Oh, I need one carpenter, an electrician and a plumber. Line them all up and tell them to get on with it.
You're always so chipper about these things. It's not that straightforward.
I love this house because it's got so much potential that we can unlock.
We've lived there for 9 years now, and I think it's time for us to move.
In Stevenage, love it or list it is the name of the game.
Addie and Stephen are playing to win. At stake is their 3-bedroomed home.
I believe that she would be convinced. With film magic, I'm sure wonders can be done.
Before Phil starts waving his wand around, it's my turn.
It really is quite big in here.
I have a love it budget of £45,000 to give them the guest bedroom they desperately need for visiting relatives, solve their storage issues and improve ventilation in the ensuite.
There is very little storage. So I want to just say, right, storage, storage, storage. If you turned over...
Should Addie and Stephen take on my ideas, the biggest job would be transforming the garage into a guest bedroom with ensuite. And when it's not being used by relatives, it could be Addie's study. Replacing the back entrance with bifold doors would allow natural light to flood the room, and a new doorway would connect it to the rest of the house. All the stuff that's currently stored in the garage would be moved to a new shed in the back garden. The space in the downstairs toilet could be better utilised by making it into a laundry room / WC with new storage units. In the kitchen, moving the radiator will make room for the fridge freezer to sit neatly next to the worktop, improving the flow, whilst installing bench seating with much needed storage on the opposite side is a no-brainer. Upstairs, adding a window in the ensuite would reduce the risk of damp and mould when it is being used as a shower rather than a walk-in wardrobe.
I love it. Unlock the potential of this house.
Yeah.
There is a lot. There is a lot, and I'm
See the
very
happiness
pleased.
in you.
This guest bed study will have some clever carpentry, which will mean that when this isn't a bedroom, it really can be a fantastic study. Stephen, do you think if this had a window which fully opened, you would use the ensuite?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Okay.
9 years, going to be free.
That'll be the first bath ever. Kirstie came out with some great ideas, but at the moment, I'm still 100% listed.
For me, I'm so excited and looking forward to starting and getting on with the plan.
There's no doubt Phil is going to be able to find some fab houses, but it's everybody's dream to totally redo their storage. And that is what just might crack it for me.
Stephen and Addie have given me a listed budget of £800,000, which is about 200 grand more than the price of an average 4-bed in Stevenage. So we have a lot to play with, but one of the key criteria is being within a 30-minute drive of the kids' school, so I can't go wild just yet.
You want a bit more space.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Inside and out.
Inside and out, yes.
Wasn't there talking? You wanted somewhere big enough for a tennis court.
Oh, why not? If I can get one affordable. Yeah.
All I'd ask from you, Addie, is just an open mind. Come and consider it. But she's shaking her head.
My first pick is a 4-bedroom, double-garage, detached house. On the market for $620,000, it's well under budget. But it's the location that's key. Only a 5-minute drive from their current home.
So I'm easing you in gently with this.
Okay.
Because we're only a few minutes from yours, aren't we?
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
So same lifestyle, same clubs for the kids, no change.
Okay.
You just get a bigger house with a double garage.
Okay. And it's electric.
That's nice. I like it.
How about that?
That's beautiful.
Let's get on it. The kitchen diner is almost 75% bigger than their current one. Plenty of space to cook, entertain, and bring the family together. There's a front reception room, office space for Addie, and downstairs WC. The main reception room opens up into a conservatory, so plenty of room for kids and adults to have their own space. There's no utility, but I'm sure this could be easily remedied by converting the garage.
We have one reception that way, one reception that way leading out to the conservatory. But this is the real hub of the home in here. Genuinely big kitchen diner.
Okay.
Everybody can congregate in here, all the family together, plenty of space.
Okay, kitchen, I must admit, it's spacious. It's got the space. Yeah, not really feeling it that much.
I think I'll go with that. I think I'll send the lounge as well. It's not that spacious. Yeah.
But then you've got 2 lounges plus the conservatory.
Yeah, I can see that. But
And the double garage,
and
just to
the
say.
double garage is a plus. Is a plus.
Have a squiz round, see what 620 would buy you close to home.
Brilliant.
Have a wander.
Thank you.
A bad first impression is hard to overcome, but this house has so much to offer.
The lounge is quite small.
It is indeed.
Including the conservatory, the house offers almost 250 square feet more living space than their current home. Upstairs is the family bathroom and 4 bedrooms. No need for Nathaniel and Jane to share here. And the main bedroom has an ensuite.
That's why it's small as well.
Yeah, the room is, yeah.
The master is quite small.
It is small.
It is.
Well, like I said, I'm not really feeling this one.
Definitely some reservations here from Addie. I mean, she really doesn't want to move, but this has got 4 bedrooms, and it's even got a window in the ensuite, so I'm trying.
The back garden is much bigger than Addie and Stephen's, but it certainly can't fit a tennis court. I have to admit I've failed to serve up an ace with my first pick.
What can I learn from here, then?
You need it to be bigger.
Yeah. All the rooms are very small.
I can find you bigger things. They'll be further away and they'll cost more, but they will be bigger.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
No, you're not, but...
I'm excited.
It's nice of you to say. Come on.
I'm excited.
This was very much about easing them in, or at least easing Addie into the whole idea of moving, because she is absolutely resolute. She's not going anywhere. This was supposed to be simple choice, just up the road, same lifestyle, the right numbers of rooms, comfortably affordable. It hasn't hit the mark. But what it has enabled me to do is search confidently up towards the top end of their budget in order to get them more space and move them a bit further away. So that's the plan.
Plan? Sounds to me like you're flying by the seat of your pants, Spencer.
You leave my pants out of this, Kirstie. Thank you very much.
My plan, however, is coming together nicely. Just over 4 months since I presented my plans, the garage doors are gone.
Obviously, we've done the brickwork, put the window in, but we're going to have to take this floor up to insulate it properly.
Okay.
No planning permission is required as it's within permitted development, but do always check with your local authority before doing something similar. Natural light, insulation and ventilation are also needed in order to meet building regs.
30-inch door should fit in pretty comfortably.
Do you think that would be sufficient?
Yeah.
The width and the height?
The height was the thing that I was worrying about, but
Okay.
that looks like it's going to fit in nicely.
The next stage is to break through into the living room to create the internal access.
There's some days I feel like, yeah, it's getting there. And there's some days I just feel, oh, this is too slow because I just want the new look now. I guess because in my head, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I just feel like, what's going on? But we have made a lot of progress.
While Addie and Stephen have ploughed ahead with the garage conversion, they have had to tweak the overall plan. Adding the ensuite would have meant digging up the driveway to connect it to waste drainage, so that's been ditched. They've also decided against the garage bifolds and converting the downstairs WC into a utility room. Instead, Addie wants to use the budget for a swanky new kitchen.
Fair enough, but will it be enough to tempt Stephen onto Team Love It?
The changes in the house, they are affecting Stephen a little bit, but with all the changes going on at the moment, and because of my love for the area, I don't think they stand a chance convincing me to list it.
Well, with the houses I've got lined up, I think Team List It's still in the game. In Stevenage, Hertfordshire, the renovation is turning the head of my List It teammate.
It's looking beautiful. By the time everything is finished, it will look wonderful. But I am still on Team Listed.
That's my man, Stephen.
No matter what you do, you cannot expand the land whereby the children can run around, play football, and not worrying about kicking the ball against the glass because it's far further away into the garden.
Addie is equally resolute.
I am confident that Team Love It is on a winning track, no doubt about it.
Work has begun on the new kitchen that will solve their storage conundrum and seal the deal for Team Love It.
Phila's got something else coming his way.
Right back at you, Addie, because I've got a treat in store today.
So how are things at home? How's the build?
We're getting there.
Do you sense that you can kind of imagine what the space will be when it's done yet?
I can. And to be honest, Phil, you know I've always been imagining it for years, right? So
It's time for a move.
Oh, definitely.
Come on.
It's time for a change.
Come on, it's time for a change.
yeah, we're changing the place.
I'm changing things up on the search too, going bigger and better, but I'm pushing the boundary of their search area. My next pick is in the small town of Stotfold, under 20 minutes in the car from the kids' current school in Stevenage, and there's an outstanding school in the local area too. We're here to see this 5-bedroom, 3-storey detached house. It's modern with a traditional feel and on the market well below budget at £725,000.
This is 10 years old. It's
Okay.
in great nick.
This is looking big.
Presents really well, not least because of its position on the estate, looking over the playground.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's nice.
It looks big, so let's see.
Let's have a look. Here we go.
The bay-windowed lounge is larger than their current one. The kitchen diner is also bigger and leads to a huge conservatory, great for multi-generational family gatherings. The second reception room is set up as a cinema. This'll get the kids onto Team List It. There's no utility, but the double garage is ripe for renovation.
I really like the layout of this house. You've got a proper formal, smart, adult living room there. Sort of snug cinema room, kids' TV, breakout room there. But the kitchen stretches right across the back of the house.
Wow, this is nice.
Okay, this is nice.
They've got it set up as a bar at this end. I'd put the dining table
No,
up
sitting
there.
dining table.
But then you've got the conservatory.
It is spacious.
The house is twice as big as yours.
Well, it does look it.
The kitchen is 97% bigger than yours.
97%. Wow, yeah.
You're looking very resigned. You're looking...
Yeah, I would say. I would say.
Good start, and I'm confident it's gonna get better. On the first floor, the largest bedroom, with fitted wardrobes and ensuite, would be fantastic for family visitors.
Okay, so,
It's quite big.
but it is spacious.
Yes. And it's got enough storage as well.
So far, so good.
The smallest bedroom would make a great study with a lovely open outlook. And daughter Jane could get an upgrade with a larger bedroom, as could Nathaniel. As for Addie and Stephen, they could have a whole floor to themselves, with a dual aspect bedroom that's almost twice the size of theirs. And across the hall, a dressing and shower room. No one can claim I'm not delivering on space here.
It's good. Great landing, I must say. I
It
love
is
that,
good
yeah.
London, yeah. This could be the master bedroom, actually. So imagine you waking up in the morning, you're coming down here, getting yourself ready for the day. From there, you walk straight in here, isn't it? Wow, yeah. What do you think?
Space, good. Layout, good as well. And I told you I was coming with an open mind, and yes, I am. Okay.
Come on, Addie. I can see we're starting to win you over. And wait till you see the garden.
The house itself, is it enough space? Is it big enough?
Well, it's bigger than where we live now at the moment. I still want a bigger garden, to be honest with you. Aside from that, it's got everything.
There's a lot of potential,
Good.
I must admit.
I'm pleased that it's been a worthwhile exercise coming a bit further out in the search for space.
Yes.
Still some thinking to do, yeah, because
Of
you have
course.
to come further out, yeah. So
Of course.
some, have to look at logistics and all that. But, yeah, I am...
It's not far away from Stevenage anyway. It's just 20 minutes drive. So I think it's doable in terms of taking the children to school or, swimming or whatever. And we can always get swimming around here as well.
He's thought it all through, you see. He's got an answer for
In
everyone.
his mind.
Addie may not be on Team Lister yet, but the scales are tipping in my favour.
It's been a really useful exercise coming out of Stevenage and showing them a bigger house. They've now got some proper debate and discussion to have, which means I reckon things are looking up for Team Lister.
Addie and Stephen are 8 weeks into their build, and after years of swapping about when grandparents come to stay, their home is getting the layout rejig it desperately needs. They've really got on with it. And look, the garage doors are no more. It's fully insulated as a habitable room and is ready for its final fit-out.
This is neat, and it means you get that extra light in the sitting room. This is a great space.
While Stephen's out at work, Addie's asked me to come and help with the layout. It was meant to be a guest bedroom and study, but the plans have changed.
They want the piano in here. They want it to be an office, a bedroom, and like a cinema room.
It is a configuration conundrum. Yes, it's a whole new room, but it's only 167 square feet, so it's time for that age-old solution, the sofa bed.
I mean, ideally, the sofa would go here so that when it's a bed, it gets as much length as possible. That also means you could have a desk either here or here, which could still be used when the bed was out. Sofa there, desk here or here, piano there, TV swings out, ditch the freezer.
I can see why Addie wants to get the most out of this new room, but with space at a premium, we've got to plan it down to the last millimetre.
I've been in here measuring up, and if we're going to get the piano in here and a sofa bed and a desk, if the sofa bed's the whole of that width, it can go. I mean, how?
Thinking of it now, yeah, it's quite big. Because I wasn't thinking of the sofa bed there. And I guess
What were you
struggle.
thinking?
No, that was my struggle, because I was thinking, okay, if the piano was here to my front and the study was there, where's the space? Where do I put the bed, Yeah.
And that's a good size sofa bed.
Actually.
Also, I think the other thing you have to think about is when you're lying in bed, what do you want to see? Because you want to feel it's a nice room.
Yeah.
You can have a really nice blind in that space. What I would do here is I would have a nice net, which is from here. You just have that internally there, and then the blind, which just goes down to there. I think this room will look sensational.
Yeah, I'm pleased to hear that.
It's going to be a really good addition.
To the house, yeah.
And it's a proper multi-purpose room. There's no doubt Stephen wants to go, but what's going on in there makes it such a great family space for the whole family, the extended family included, and that's what could clinch it for Team Lovett.
I'm making my final pitch for a list-it victory, pushing the budget and taking Addie out of her comfort zone, but for a house that has the wow factor.
By taking you further out, by going to the top of budget, showing you as much space as you possibly could get inside and out, that's it. You wouldn't have to move again.
Would say, because with the work that we're doing at the moment, it's creating what we want.
I think we're kind of nibbling around the edges, just sort of tweaking it.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm going to try and wow you.
You'll be surprised, Phil, when you see what we're doing to the house.
You'll be surprised when you see this next house.
And I trust you, Phil.
We're travelling 30 minutes from their home to the village of Lower Stondon, which in the past decade has seen a building boom with modern housing. I'm banking on this 6-bedroom, 3-storey detached house to seal the deal.
Now, this is a bit special. It's a big house. We have come further away. It does stretch the budget. It's on at 825, but I promise you, it's in beautiful condition and it's got everything.
Looks good, so let's see.
Come on in.
Yeah.
I'm making big promises, but this house delivers. Downstairs, the lounge is one of the largest we've seen so far, as is the impressive kitchen diner. So space, big tick. And I'm finally able to deliver on the utility. The second reception room is already set up as a study, and the conservatory looks onto a stunning garden. Stephen said he wanted a bigger one. I was listening, my friend. This is glorious.
Come on in. And prepare to be impressed.
Okay.
Wow.
Office. Beautiful, generous living room.
Wow.
Huge.
Oh,
Downstairs loo, but come and have a look at this.
wow.
Okay.
Okay.
This kitchen is good.
It's top of the range. It's very high spec.
It is really good. This is actually what I expect once we do the work at home in our kitchen. So I'm quite,
But unfortunately, nothing like this size.
Okay.
Slick.
I can see the garden as well. It looks quite big.
I want to show you the garden.
Ah, sorry. Now you're talking.
Outside, not only is it huge, but extremely well tended. There's space for a kickabout with the kids and entertaining family and friends.
Wow, that's a very big garden.
When it gets bigger,
Wow.
you haven't seen it all yet.
Wow. This
Okay.
is a tennis court.
I reckon it might be 2 tennis courts.
Okay.
Well, I agree with you. It's quite big.
It's big. It's good. This definitely, you know, it's good so far. Yeah.
It gets better. Have a look. 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms.
It's beautiful.
Stephen is loving it. On the first floor is the family bathroom and 5 double bedrooms, 2 of which are en suite. There's enough bedrooms for both sets of parents to come and stay. On the second floor is the main bedroom with a super swish ensuite, a double sink vanity, a freestanding bath, and a walk-in rainfall shower.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Yes, it is. It is. It's
So this should be the master bedroom, yeah?
yes, definitely.
Oh, wow. This is nice. Wow, look at the sink.
Yeah, this is
Beautiful.
good, actually. Ooh, okay.
Oh, this is
Look at this.
beautiful.
I love the wet room. I give it to Phil. He's done well with this one. Beautiful.
I love it.
It's like having a spa hotel in your own home. And I'm not done yet. I've got a final surprise in the garage.
I think this would be the best bit. Or Steve.
Wow.
Proper games room.
Ah, this is beautiful.
Indoor, outdoor games.
Yeah.
This particular property is getting me thinking.
Good. That was the idea.
Yeah.
It is a demonstration of the kind of space that you could get.
Well,
Ah,
thank you.
What are you doing that for?
good teamness is kidding.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Well, there's no doubt the search is finished on a high. That is such a fantastic house for them, really, really suitable. And I can't help feeling they're going to go back home tonight and think it's really rather small, and it might be time for a move.
Pride comes before a fall, Pip, and you'll be knocked off your feet by the transformation at home.
Four months after the renovation began, we're heading back to Addie and Stephen's three-bedroom home in Stevenage to settle this love it or list it debate once and for all.
Remind me who Stevenage's top son or daughter is.
I can't remember.
We must have discussed this in
Yeah,
the
we must
beginning
have
when we
done.
first came here.
Does Amanda Holden come from Stevenage? Was that a complete flyer?
It could be a complete flower, but I know you fancy Amanda Holden, so you just like think about Amanda Holden all the time.
Sorry, what was that, Amanda?
Only joking, Kirstie. I wouldn't swap you for the world.
Me too. Unless Matt Smith ever goes into property TV.
Right, are you just going to stand there, or is someone going to ring the doorbell?
I'll ring the doorbell, but
Oh,
what
no,
I was
you're
just
going to
thinking-
say the house doesn't look any different. Oh, God, you're predictable. I'll ring the flaming bell. Obviously, it's very different inside. Hello.
Hello. How are you? Please come in.
Thank you so much.
Stephen wanted more space inside and out for his young family and visiting grandparents. But where he saw problems, Addie saw potential.
The new layout brings flow, functionality and flexibility to this home, creating enough space for 3 generations.
Blimey, this is just extraordinary.
The feel of the kitchen was ruined by the awkwardly placed huge fridge freezer. Simply moving the radiator allowed for a complete redesign. The fridge is now neatly placed on the other side. There's also tons more storage, and the kitchen feels so much more welcoming.
This kitchen is not 1 centimetre bigger than it was when I first came here.
Correct.
It looks twice the size, and it is your really clever use of white.
The kitchen had been untouched since they bought the house almost 10 years ago. Now the drab browns have been banished, and Addie's finally put her stamp on it.
This kitchen feels brighter, lighter, and it doesn't feel cold. It feels more welcoming.
I mean, it's not the biggest kitchen in the world, but I can see you have an enormous number of cupboards.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Well maximised, trust
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It's great. There's great storage in this place
Yes.
now.
You know, the last time we had things all over the place.
Yeah.
Now, everything's where it should be.
And has it made life in the kitchen, functioning in the kitchen, entertaining, cooking, etc., easier?
Yes, definitely. He's cooking now. He didn't used to cook.
Stephen.
Come on.
Stephen!
What's going on? I do cook, but...
Ooh, that's a surefire sign Stephen's list it resolve is cracking. The couple have also improved the storage by adding the shed I suggested, and they've installed electricity so they can keep the chest freezer in it. The garage was a dumping ground for odds and ends, and a kids' playroom. It was also Addie's study, but there was no internal access. It now flows off the living room and is connected to the house.
This is very smart.
This is lovely.
By following my plan, Addie and Stephen have a multi-purpose space. It can be the guest bedroom they desperately needed, kids' hobby room or Addie's study. And by adding the window, heating and insulation, it now meets building regs and counts as an extra room.
What happens in here now? Everything.
Phil, you can see this is an office,
Music
a piano
room.
practice place. It will be a telly-watching place when the TV comes.
Yeah,
So everything's
pretty much everything.
Everything.
going on
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
But it then comes quite hard for anybody to work at home or play music.
The truth is, when anyone is working, the likelihood is at that particular point in time, you know, it's the kids that play the piano.
Yeah.
They're off to school.
Okay.
So most likely, we're not going to be using the three things at the same time.
Yeah,
So-
fair enough. It's busy, but I totally get you're not going to be playing music, sleeping and working at the same time.
Exactly, we wouldn't.
Which only
Very
leaves
pleased.
the ensuite debate.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Yes.
About
Okie
time.
doke. Let's go and have a look
Let's
at
go
that.
see
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen's Bête Noire was the windowless ensuite. As there was no ventilation, they had never used the shower room for its intended purpose. It was Stephen's walk-in wardrobe. But it's looking a lot sweeter now. Fitting the window cost £1,800. But anything which reduces the risk of damp and mould is money well spent.
Now you can have a shower and open the window and the water vapour is gone.
To be honest with you, there's nothing as good as having a natural light in.
Yeah.
And obviously the fresh air as well after bath.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't compare that to anything.
No.
And likewise, it protects you having mold.
Of all the things that people have done to their homes, this is one of the ones that I'm most pleased about.
It's not always the big things which make the greatest differences. They had a budget of £45,000 and have come in 10 grand under.
I have to hand it to you, Kirstie. Your ideas to create more space are ingenious. But I know Addie felt the lure of Team Listed.
That third house,
No,
the
yeah.
garden of £1 million house,
Nice and beautiful.
an amazing place for your parents to come and stay, kitchen that you said was all that you'd ever dreamt of.
The kitchen is similar to what I have in terms of,
in its look.
in the modern, yeah, it has a modern look. So bigger, I must admit, but the layout is pretty much similar where you have the kitchen and the dining together. So that flow was there.
You know, with the new one we're going to look at, we've got everything there. Well, here, I think, obviously, we've lost something, which is the garage, and not having space, which obviously I still want.
It's easy to see you've done what you can here. You've made it work for you. But the last one, that's a forever home. You were never going to run out of space. And it could have been the answer to your dreams. Which brings us to the point.
Okay.
Pre-renovation valuation on this house was £438,000. The post-renovation valuation is £506,000. You spent 35, and the difference is £67,000.
So for every pound you've spent, you've basically got £2 back, which is, that's the holy grail.
You see?
Hats off.
I'm so pleased with that, actually, because I did try to keep things into perspective, because at the end of the day, we're not sure what we're going to do.
Right, well, I think the moment has come to find out what happens next. Stephen, Addie, are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
We are going to list it.
You have me worried. You really have me worried. What changed your mind?
Great work done in the house. Massive change. It's working for us as a family now, but there's a lot out there, so.
Are any of the houses that we looked at genuinely under consideration?
The third one definitely is under consideration. Have to look more at the area.
If there's anything that I can do, any negotiations or discussions with agents, will you please let me know?
Yeah,
I'd love to
definitely,
help.
definitely. Yes, we'll do.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
That's-
Well done.
I don't think we would have been able to get here without the help of Phil and Kirstie personally, because just using the ensuite window as an example, it's taken us almost 10 years to get that there.
I'm glad she changed her mind after going out there, saying that, look, we can get something we want without having to lose anything. And I'm glad she came to join the listed team. Thanks to Phil.
You're taking this winning thing quite seriously, aren't you?
I am. I'm looking forward to my jug of ale. Thank you very much, darling.
Well, I think it's a really good win. So here's to enjoying the process.
Enjoying the process.
Enjoying the process. Wherever it takes you.
I heard of a saying on the way here.
We? What saying?
There's a saying, victory is sweetest when you've known defeat. And I've known a bit of defeat, so this tastes particularly sweet.
If you'd like our help deciding whether to love it or list it, apply online at channel4.com/takepart.